now here. Ambassador Jenny, representing the TYT Nation, has gathered your tweets. Now, the proper hashtag here is hashtag Ask Cenk, and then you get to ask me these questions, which Jenny will read to me, and I will answer in rapid-fire fashion. Go!
Okay, question number 1 by Scott Malthouse. What made you move on from lawyering?
Hated it. Would have rather shoveled crap, literally. Thought about it every day. Okay, they would give you these cases, and you had to figure out, like, the jurisdiction. Should we have this trial in Michigan or in New York? And every time I kept thinking, no one in the world cares. Have it anywhere you like. I don't give a fuck. Okay, who should have the rural telephone rights in Alaska, AT&T or MCI? For all I care, Santa Claus can have them. I don't even remember which side of that case I was on. So, hated it, and I'd stare at the same piece of paper for like hours, daydreaming about how cool would it be to do a talk show, right? And I'm like, oh, the jurisdictional issues, oh, please make the pain stop. Was that clear enough? Next question.
Paul asks, do you think more people would have died if terrorists had used ARs instead of a bomb?
Okay, serious question. We're mixing it up. It's interesting. It's a good question. Okay, so assault rifles, would they have done more damage in Boston? Now, look, obviously it's speculation and hard to tell, but 3 died, 170 injured. I would be surprised if one guy with an assault rifle could, wind up wounding 170 people. And certainly the psychological damage of the bomb is worse. But could he have killed more than 3 people with an assault rifle? Well, if you look at the mass shootings in the past, the answer is very likely to be yes. So it's interesting, but terrorists usually choose bombs because they create more terror, not necessarily because they kill more people. And thank God that not more people died. 3 people dead and 170 injured is plenty enough. And so we're all broken up about that no matter what the weapon was. All right, next.
Glenn Forder asks, is it just me or does Jimmy Dore look just like Paul Ryan but with glasses?
Just you. Doesn't look like Paul Ryan at all, with or without glasses. I don't know where you guys come up with this. Next.
Rufus Alfred asks, Godfather Cenk, do you think that those who shame sluts do so only out of envy, not being able to get some?
Absolutely, or my correct answer, of course! Look, I knew a guy in school who once came up to this girl, let's make up a name for her, Betty, right? And said, hey, Betty, it seems like you've been with every guy in our group of friends. And Betty said to him, that's actually not true. I haven't been with you. Okay, he's next.
Next one's from TYT Community Show. How strong is the TYT Army?
Too strong. Next.
Tom Schrafer asks, is your dad religious?
Oh, interesting question. I love the serious and the light ones mixed up. Okay, no, my dad was nominally Muslim. You know, we're all Turks, like, yeah, we're Muslim. Yeah, I'm sure, Allahu Akbar, or whatever, right? I went to like maybe 3 mosques in my whole life, give you a sense of how religious we were. And then as my dad got older, he decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to study up Islam because all my friends are telling me there's all these miracles in it and it's really interesting and, I'm worried about what's going to happen. Let's keep it real. So he read the Quran and he's like, oh, you got to be kidding me, dog. Okay. Then he's like, well, the Christians probably have it, right? I mean, somebody's got to have it, right? He reads the Old Testament and the New Testament. He's like, oh, for Christ's sake. Literally. He's like, well, that stuff ain't true either. He's like, Jake, did you know what's in the books? I said, I know, I did. I read it in college. Had the same exact reaction as you. So neither one of us is religious at this point. Last question.
Jonathan Why Not wants to know if this bombing turns out to be foreign, would you in any circumstance support an invasion?
Interesting, serious question to end on. The interesting, fascinating answer is maybe. Now look, I'm not a classic liberal. I don't believe that all wars are bad wars. And believe it or not, I was in favor of the Persian Gulf War. I was in favor of the Libya action. I think I was the only guy, liberal or conservative in the country, who actually agreed with taking action in Libya. So it depends on the situation. Like when the Iranians took our embassy, if I was president, I'd have been itching to push a couple of buttons. Now, you can, have your own opinion, obviously, on what President Carter did, whether it was the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do. But is there a circumstance in which a foreign country does a bombing here in the U.S. where I would want to react? Oh, hell yes, there is a circumstance. The problem with 9/11 was that So we got hit kind of from Afghanistan, even though it was Saudis. We didn't hit the Saudis. We hit Afghanistan. You can make a case for that, and I was in favor of that in the beginning when it made sense like 283 years ago, right? But then we invaded a country that didn't hit us. That was Iraq. That's what made no sense whatsoever. So it depends on the circumstances. This has been a Twitter storm. See you next time. #AskCenk.